Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Community members raised $300,000 so Empower Sioux Falls could acquire Fair Market and start the Grocery Initiative. The discount grocery store opened in March 2021 and is now located at 10th and Sycamore. Empower Sioux Falls now owns a store and will open additional satellite locations to help with the demand for affordable groceries in the city's food deserts.
As time has marched on, the need has continued to increase with, grocery stores moving and with the economy the way it is and people looking for alternate ways to do life. We've been more of a fit more and more as time goes on.
They hope to have the new Fair Market locations up and running in the coming months.
Soybean and sunflower producers are excited for the advancement of a new processing plant. The South Dakota soybean processors got a conditional use permit approval by the Davison County Commission for the building of a $500 million soybean and sunflower processing plant in Mitchell. Many agricultural producers in the area are ready to be able to have this new market for their commodities.
Farmers around here and farmers, around the state have been very excited about the opportunity of having another place for their soybeans to go, just another place to add value to their crop.
The plant would process around 35 million bushels of soybeans and 850,000 tons of sunflowers annually.
South Dakota's abortion ban is focusing new attention on adoption. Yet there's still a need for both adoptive and foster families across the state. The Department of Social Services tells KELOLAND News there are more than 1,600 children in the custody of the state. 106 children are eligible for adoption and have yet to find families. Digital reporter Jasmine Jackson spoke with DSS about the Stronger Families Initiative from the governor and the process of fostering in South Dakota. That's what this KELOLAND.com original online now.
The National Weather Service tower north of Pierre is being taken out of service to be replaced. This means Pierre and much of central South Dakota will be without its normal NOAA weather radio channel servicing the area. The radio covers parts of Hughes, Stanley, Sully, Lyman, Jones, Hyde, and Buffalo counties. Reliance, Wessington, and Lowry towers on the NOAA weather radio network in South Dakota may provide some coverage during the outage of the Pierre tower.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Adam Rutt, and some rain, maybe even storms a possibility today, Adam.
Yeah, not out of the question, especially later this afternoon and evening, but not for everybody, not even for everybody within the region in question that we're going to be watching. Now, for now, we do have a few little thunderstorms in Nebraska, a couple of showers out to the west, but that is just about it. To the southeast, though, including the Sioux Falls area, that's where we're going to watch later this afternoon and evening as a cold front moves through and gives us the chance for a couple of thunderstorms. Speaking of Sioux Falls, here's Falls Park this morning, 67 with cloudy skies above. That kept the temperature from falling too far down the thermometer. We're mainly in the 60s this morning with a couple of upper 50s in Spencer and Custer. Winds are going to be at least tolerable in general, but again, we're going to be watching that chance for at least a little bit of activity for some of us to the southeast. Meteorologist Brian Karstens will have more on that and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Adam. Would you use a park and ride facility north of Sioux Falls? The South Dakota Department of Transportation wants to know. There's a survey online as part of the Interstate 29 exit for Renner and Crooks planning study. Steve Graham is a planning squad leader with the DOT. He says the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office has had calls for people to stop using private parking lots and for a park and ride situation.
Some of these more rural interchanges would be a benefit to have some parking lot there so people can meet and grab a carpool and only one vehicle has to go into Sioux Falls rather than 10.
You can find the links to the project website and the park and ride survey in a KELOLAND.com original story by Eric Mayer.
Canby Thompson, one of 8 defendants in a meth distribution ring, is going to federal prison for more than 3 decades. In May, KELOLAND Investigates reported that the 45-year-old Thompson was a top South Dakota lottery scratch ticket winner, taking home $40,000. Thompson was caught more than a year ago with 11 pounds of meth and pleaded guilty to bringing in the drugs from California with the intent to distribute them. A federal judge said that the ring distributed as much as 76 pounds of meth in South Dakota. Thompson was sentenced to 33 years behind bars. 4 other defendants in the case have already been sentenced, and 3 more go on trial next month.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, rainfall total yesterday, well, Sioux Falls 600s. A little rain in the gauges, Mitchell 1400s. We had a little bit more between Huron and Mitchell. We had some pockets out toward Chamberlain, 1/3 of an inch. And then even around Winter, there were some locally and have been some better downpours this morning. I know closer to Colomb and Valentine, there are a few folks that have some nice numbers, over 1/2 an inch. Now, to pick up some new storms later today, we've got a cold front on the move, and that's going to provide enough focus here for a few of these cells, and even the chance of a little severe weather. Although in this particular scenario, the odds of organized severe weather are not very high. So the trade-off and the benefit of getting that bigger thunderstorm, yeah, there could be some hail or some wind up to that 60 or 65 level, but if you get a dousing rain with it, you know, you can make an argument that's kind of a nice thing, actually. So at any rate, it is what it is. We'll be watching these scans on Futurecast pretty closely. Here's our latest update here as of 7 this morning. You can see that these hourly temperatures climbing. It'll be interesting to see if Sioux Falls can pop up above 84. If we get that air to destabilize, we get enough energy, that will help us. And some of these counties focused around Minnehaha, Lincoln, Turner, I would argue into southwest Minnesota, anybody here is in the ball game for a few of those cells. And if you get one of those cells to your northwest, well, then you're in the path of maybe that good rain. But there will be gap zones in between. We always have to recognize that. Not everybody gets the rain they need. Obviously, it'd be nice to get this down into Union and Clay County, where this ongoing drought is really a rough deal. There's a chance. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I will tell you tomorrow, too, there is another little disturbance coming in from the northwest. It may provide a couple more chances of rain. There's a shot there early in the morning down in the southwest corner of South Dakota, and then these little things kind of sprout up again. So don't totally discount that late Wednesday as well. And overall, temperatures are, you know, a little below average on the big picture, at least. You see some 70s today showing up in Watertown, for example. Northwest winds for Pierre, Aberdeen, Rapid City this afternoon. Northwest winds will dominate at least through the end of the work week. Now, next week, that's a whole nother story. We kick this down the road to Monday. 90s, I think, are inevitable. We're probably going to be watching 100-degree weather returning to parts of South Dakota next week. So it makes it pretty important to catch some rain if you can with these fronts. I know today in Aberdeen, not the best setup. I would say today's rain is more focused towards Sioux Falls. Pierre, you caught some rain yesterday around you and in town. Today you got that 20% chance, and then after this, it might be a little while before we organize rain, and that's also true in Rapid City, where we picked up a nice inch plus Sunday night. But going beyond today, a little drier. Check out details with the weather online at KELOLAND.com.